Tribe, welcome to another week. My name is Allison Wright. For those who are new, I am a second grade teacher in Treasure Coast, Florida. For those who are returning, thank you for being a part of the Teacher Tribe. So today is Monday, October 9th, and it is just past dismissal time. Remember to take a breath. I have been going crazy today. We had no meetings this morning, so we had free time this morning, and then of course I had my planning time as free time too. So I had 2 times during the day when I was scrambling in a productive way though. So this morning was more of prepping for the week. I never got the chance to fill out my binder, my planner, even though not gonna make that much of a difference at this point, but I never got to fill it out for this week. So I started filling it out. If you don't already know, this is my last week before I go on maternity leave. So this might be my last video until I return either end of December or when I'm scheduled to come back for third quarter beginning to mid-January. But because I don't get paid for maternity leave, I'm contemplating coming back right before winter break. So week before Christmas time, before the kids go on holiday break. So don't quote me on that, but if you see a video in December, you know why. But I'm supposed to be scheduled to come back in January. So all of this week, my intentions are to not really plan ahead because I've passed on my planning duties to another teammate, but I want to go ahead for what is anticipated for plans, since I know, it follows a schedule, to get those worksheets ready so I can print out everything that I need to print out for my sub from now. I am thinking of just printing out 19 copies of everything just in case I do get another student, because for some reason I feel like I'm going to get another student. The goal, I spoke with our data specialist. Let me actually check my email. No, I don't. I spoke with the data specialist and I told her, I'm like, hey, who's next to get the next second grader who's registered? And she told me my neighbor teacher is, because she has lost a lot of students. But myself and her are both at 18. So I asked her, if you get another one in the next week, which is this week now, can you give it to me? I would love to meet that student before I go on my break. And she said, she never knows, but if that is the case, she'll give he or she to me for me to have. I can meet them before I leave. So fingers crossed, if I'm getting another student, that I would get them this week so I can actually meet them and they don't meet the sub as their teacher or the first face that they see. So fingers crossed. But everything that I have for this week, I've prepped, put them in my drawers for this week. I did that during my planning break. Then I started thinking, okay, when the sub is here, they should have their own computer because this computer is checked out to me and it's my responsibility. I am not leaving it behind. So this computer is coming home with me on Friday. I am not leaving it. So the sub hopefully is going to get one. On Monday, there's no school for students. It is a teacher work day. Even though she technically won't get paid, I kind of recommended for her to come in so she can kind of prep and do everything with my team. So I think that's what she's going to do, just for that one teacher work day scheduled, just so she's able to plan, get everything that she needs. Plus her aunt is also on my team, so she has that extra support there. So hopefully that's what happens. The plans that my team does is what's going to be handed to her, so I don't have to actually make like a day-to-day plan. The only thing I need to kind of prep her on is MTSS. So starting today, I am holding the MTSS small group. MTSS, oh my God, don't ask me what it stands for. Multi-tiered, I don't know what the first S is, but the second one is system, I think. Long story short, it's small group. But instead of it just being my class of kiddos, I teach a subject or a skill, and then kids across second grade come to me for that skill. So I took on math because of the fact that I just love math. Plus I figured it's easier because with the reading MTSS, everything has to be logged. With math, it's more of just extra practice. So I took on math so my sub can pick up wherever I leave off. So today started our math. I have 8 currently on my list for small group, and I only had 6 today, which technically is perfect because I have 6 stools around my table. So if the other 2 come, they have to pull up a chair and, But I have 8. What I'm doing with them is just doing small group work. So I have them pulling out whiteboards. I would give them word problems. We're pretty much working on stuff that we're doing in class, but I'm going all the way back to the beginning of the school year so I could touch upon those skills, see where my group is, and then adjust from there. So that's what I did with them today. Took out whiteboards. I gave them simple automaticity type of problems that they should be spitting out. That's how we started. And then I got a little bit harder and harder and went into 2-digit equations. So that is the only thing I'll probably have to map out for her. Just pretty much give her, here is our math TE. You can start by doing this with them and then just go from there. I'm pulling things out of my head since I already taught it. For her, I'll probably give her the math teacher's editions and let her go off of the reteach problems from there. That's pretty much it. The only other thing that I'm going to prep for her is the reading worksheets. I'm going to go in advance because I know I'm finishing off this week quarter 1, unit 2 with them. So all of the unit 2 worksheets that I prepped in those drawers right here, we're going to finish it all this week. So next week when she starts with them, all she has to do is give them the unit 2 test, and then she's starting unit 3 with them next week, Thursday. So if I remember correctly, there's no school Monday. Tuesday is more like a review / makeup. So I'll have the kiddos work on the project, the culminating task project for the unit. And then the Wednesday, I have them finish off unit 2, do their test. Unit 3 starts on Thursday. So I'll show her where I have all of the magazines sectioned off. I'm going to try my best to print ahead all of the worksheets for unit 3, 4, and 5. I come back before unit 5 finishes, whether it be in January or in December. Regardless, I come back before they finish unit 5. But I might as well still prep unit 5 too, or at least I'll try if I can get all of that stuff printed, because that's a lot of pages to print. And I don't want to print 19 and then I never get a new kid. So I don't know. I'm still contemplating on how I should work that out. So what I started doing was I pulled up the teacher's edition for unit 3, and I pulled up the worksheets from Markers and Minions that I love to use, also from unit 3. And I'm kind of going through the lessons that we're going to be doing with them and looking at the worksheet like, all right, is this something that I would be doing with them? If it is, then I'll write that down, jot that down as something that I need to print. So times like this, I miss doing the grade printing at my old school. If you guys remember last year at my other elementary school, we had a Rizzo. A Rizzo is a copy machine that spits things out. So I would print out whatever needed to be copied, and then we would copy it for the whole grade, and it spits it out super duper fast. I believe we have a Rizzo here, but then it needs to be approved, and the whole team needs to have copies. But not the whole team uses these worksheets. So it's on me to print out the worksheets if I want them to be done. And I really think they're a big necessity because they go really well with the lesson. So yeah, last year everyone used them and we used them religiously. So it was not a problem to get them all approved and then make the copies in advance because I liked doing them in advance. But I would do them like a week or 2 in advance, not a whole quarter in advance. But hey. So that's what I'm going to work on trying to get done throughout the week, just trying to get as many things printed in advance as possible. And it's really just reading I have to worry about getting worksheets done for. I'm sure anything else my team will help her with. Content sometimes has worksheets if we don't use their book, but of course her aunt is in charge of that, so I'm sure she'll help her out and make sure she has copies. With math, we have the manipulatives where we can just rip out. I'll just show her where everything is, and then she can rip it out as needed. So it was really reading and their spelling. Maybe their spelling homework. Maybe I'll get all of that printed out in advance too, as well as their vocab sheet. See, there's just more and more just has to be added on. So I just have to make a to-do list of things that I need to get printed and go from there. So it's a lot going on this week. Not to mention, I'm finalizing grades because everything needs to be done, I think, on or before Friday, because this Friday is the last day for the quarter. So most of the grades are in. I do have to put in comments. I do have to solidify some things because I've had a friend who was out most of last week because he's been sick. Hopefully, he was supposed to be back today. Hopefully he'll be back tomorrow because he has some stuff he has to make up. So we just gotta wait and see what happens. With that being said, Teacher Tribe, let me go put my list together and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, Teacher Tribe. Hi, Teacher Tribe. Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, October 10th, and it's just past dismissal time. Oh, and there's custodial. I waited too long, guys. Until tomorrow. Okay, I'm back. So I didn't leave when custodial came in. I just went and did some copies, a buttload of copies. I'm trying to, I believe I told you yesterday, I'm trying to prep as much as I possibly can for my sub while I'm on maternity leave. I started separating while I was there. This is all Unit 3 stuff, minus this stack here because I was supposed to give these to my kids yesterday and I completely forgot. All of this here is Unit 3 stuff. So I went ahead into Unit 3, which begins at the end of next week with the sub, and I looked at all of the lessons, even though it's not official in my lesson plans yet or in second grade's lesson plans. We follow the book. We just go lesson by lesson, day by day. So what I did was I went lesson by lesson, day by day, looked at the teacher's edition, looked at the close reader companion worksheets that we use for markers and minions, and I printed out what I think is good for my students. My students are already familiar with these worksheets, so whatever I have them, what I normally do with them is what I printed for all of Unit 3. I'm hoping she'll be back, the sub who's going to be taking over. I'm hoping she'll come back sometime this week. I know obviously she's a sub, she can pick up other jobs because she doesn't need to be here this week. But I would like to explain to her myself what to do. But I might just have to make a teacher's edition or a sub plan just to kind of explain what I set up, because I think she's going to come in the Monday during teacher work day to kind of get herself prepared. So if that is the case, if she doesn't come until Monday, I'm not going to be able to actually see and speak with her. Maybe I can leave my phone number or something, but I would have preferred to be able to explain to her, this is what I made, how do you want me, like whatever's easier for her in terms of, all of the teacher's editions are there, so yes, she can just follow along with the book, but I'd rather, make sure she's aware of this goes with this, and when you do this, and blase blase. So I might have to make a sub plan for her, or at least explaining what everything is, because I was going to label everything and put them in our drawers, but yet again, something might be thrown off. So I'll probably just label it like what the lesson is. Unit this, week this, day this. This is what it is. And I made 19 copies just in case I get another student, or in case she doesn't get a computer and she needs a copy for herself. So I just made 19 of everything. But I only did Unit 3 so far. Still have to do Unit 4. And I'm thinking of doing Unit 5 as well. Even though I come back before Unit 5 finishes, I wanted to at least get the first 2 weeks of Unit 5. Because I think, depending on when I come back, I'm just going to do all of Unit 5. So I still have to do Unit 4 and I still have to do Unit 5. So I did all of Unit 3 today. I'm going to make my list for Unit 4 and try and get all of that printed tomorrow, which is Wednesday. And then try and do the same thing for Unit 5 on Thursday. So by Friday, I can just do up my lesson plans, finish my report cards, even though they're pretty much done. But it's like crunch time now. So I might be pulling late nights this whole week because it's already after 5. But I feel good knowing that everything is ready for the sub. So I like that feeling. So all I'm going to do now is clip everything that's already been sorted and label it leave it on the table, and then I'll head out of here. Talking about today. Today has been a pretty good day. I had 17 out of my 18. I've had a friend that's been out sick since last week. His little sister is here, so I kind of put her in the car and I spoke with Dad. Hi Dad, how's Matt? How's my friend doing? And he told me they're going to the doctor tomorrow, so hopefully Thursday or Friday he should be here. Hopefully that's the case, because I need both grades and those gifts that I was telling you I've been supposed to be doing from the first day of school. I'm going to give it to them as like my going away gift. So I'm going to give it to them on Friday. So I'm hoping all my 18 will be here on Friday. Hoping. Fingers crossed. I want to say that's it. It was a regular day. The kids did pretty good today. For math, we did 4-3, which is pretty much doing partitions. So we're adding double digit numbers, but we're adding the tens, adding the ones, and then adding the tens and ones together. So partial sums is what it's called. And I believe tomorrow we're continuing with partial sums. My class did pretty good on it. They didn't like, it was, it kind of scared them the way they had it structured in the book, but after we did a few together, they were pretty good with it. I even did it during my MTSS small group for math. We did a few practice problems, and then we worked on today's math lesson in my small group with them, and they did pretty okay with it for my MTSS group being my low babies, so wasn't too shabby. But that's about it, guys. I will see you all tomorrow for hump day. Bye, Teacher Tribe. Hello, Teacher Tribe. Happy hump day. Today is Wednesday, October 11th, and it is just past dismissal time. Remember to take a breath. So, exciting news. Baby boy has dropped. He's sitting really low. So, I am praying I can make it through the week. If I can make it through the week, I would have made it. Remember, this was my anticipation. I was anticipating finishing off the week, which is finishing off the quarter, and then being out for all of quarter 2. Maybe coming back, but I already explained all of that ifs in terms of maybe coming back since I don't get paid, or waiting it out and just coming back, and it is what it is. So he is finally dropped, so he's sitting lower. I have a doctor's appointment in the morning, so hopefully I can finish off the week. Fingers crossed. On the plus side, I got a lot of copies done yesterday that I told you all about. I copied all of Unit 3 yesterday, and I copied some homework for Unit 3. Earlier on today, I copied all of Unit 4, and what I'm about to go and copy, which I already sent to the printer, are their vocab for Unit 3, 4, and 5, their newsletters for 3 and 4 and 5, and their spelling homework for 4 and 5, because I already did it for 3. So once I'm done recording with you all, I guess once custodial gets here, I'll go and make those copies, prep them. My sub was here today, so I was able to show her all the copies that I'm making, and I showed her where I'm putting everything, showed her how everything for next week is already in there for her, and then everything from the week after onward, I showed her where I'm putting them and how I'm labeling them, how I'm putting them all in order for her. So she's excited. I'm happy she's excited. She was able to see me teach reading and teach MTSS before she was able to leave. She was shadowing her aunt, who is one of my teammates, this morning. So while her aunt was doing her observation, she came to me. I spoke with her, showed her how I did reading, showed her how I do MTSS and everything. So she is ready for the most part. Don't know if I'm going to see her again before the end of the week, but at least she saw me in action. So custodial is about to walk through the door, so I will see you all hopefully tomorrow. Bye, Teacher Tribe. Hi, Teacher Tribe. Happy Thursday. It is Friday Eve. Today is Thursday, October 12th, and it is just past dismissal time. Remember to take a breath. Baby update. Baby boy is, of course, perfect. Not dilated, but he is getting ready. Everything is looking great. It could be literally an anytime now type of situation. But I did get the clearance to finish the week. So I came into work today, and then I'm able to finish off work tomorrow. So here's my plan for tomorrow. Because I don't know if I'm going to be able to record. Tomorrow being my last day, first of all, we have a lot going on in school tomorrow. I have a faculty meeting first thing in the morning. We have our PBIS event, and the PBIS event for the month of October is a basketball game. So I believe the high school team is going to come over here and play for the school so they can just watch, like a quick 20-30 minute game. But they had to spend 30 shark bucks for that, so I don't think it's worth it for that. But apparently my students didn't think either, because I only have 7 kids going who paid their 30 shark bucks. So what's going to end up happening is at the end of the day, so we're not having a regular scheduled day, even though it is a regular day. We're operating on an early release schedule on a regular day. So at the last 2 hours of the day will be used for the PBIS event. So everything tomorrow is going to be rushed because, again, like I said, early release schedule. With that being said, everything needs to be condensed. I didn't even get a chance to finish math today because we were supposed to do 2 math lessons. And today started with, after my doctor's appointment, we had no power. The school, I guess there was some technical wiring going on with FP&L across the street, and that put the whole school out of power. So when I finally got here, I didn't feel too bad because everyone was worried about the power, and they were calling, the office was busy covering, trying to either figure out what the issue was or calling parents for the ASD, our friends who need that extra assistance or have health issues. Their parents were being called because of the fact that they can't be in heat. So I got to sneak on the campus and I was fine because I completely forgot I had to request the morning me coming in late for my doctor's appointment today. Like that hour, I forgot to take it off. So I kind of had to sneak on campus, and it wasn't much sneaking because by the time I got on, like I said, they're dealing with our school crisis that the first 45 minutes of school we've had no power. So I was able to come in. Thankfully, when I got to my room, I had light and I had AC still. Wi-Fi was out and certain parts, like certain outlets, weren't working. But then went to go handle business in the office, sign in, do all the good stuff. Came back to my room, I had nothing. No AC, no light. But the room was still cool, thankfully. And then I'm checking the email because our principal has been updating us. So I was checking email on my phone. I want to say before my students came back to the room, the power came back on. So it took a while for the Wi-Fi to kick back on, but by 11:30, we'll say everything was back to normal. School starts at 9:30. So it was a rough start to the day. But because of that, in the middle of math, we kind of started math late. So we're supposed to do 2 math lessons today because tomorrow's supposed to be our math review because our math topic test is supposed to be next week with the sub. So I'm going to see if we can try and squeeze in the other lesson before we can do the review tomorrow. Again, being that we're operating on an early release schedule, I don't know how I'm gonna make that work, but we're gonna try. So tomorrow's gonna be a very hectic day. I'm gonna finish their gifts now. I actually have to go print out the last of my stuff. I told you these past 3 days I've been making copies and everything for the sub. I have most of Unit 5 stuff printed from yesterday, and the last of the stuff already sent to the printer, which I'm about to go and print right now. Once I have that, come back, sort out my Unit 5 stack here, and then I'm done. So then I can go home, prep my student stuff, and then just wait to have my last day with them. I know a few friends hopefully they're all gonna be here tomorrow. I've been missing one since last week. He's been sick. At least Dad says he's sick. Little sister is here, so when she went home for parent pickup, I kind of, hi, how is our friend doing? He said they were supposed to go to the doctor's office. I don't know if it was yesterday or today. Still no sign of him. So I'm hoping he comes tomorrow, both for the fact of me seeing him, getting to say goodbye, giving him my gift, and he has a lot of things to make up. Grades close tomorrow. Well, tomorrow's the last day for having them make up things because grades close technically Monday, but I'm not going to be here. So I need to close out my grades tomorrow. So I need him to be here. Hopefully he is doing well. I messaged Dad today on Class Dojo, and I don't think I got a response back from Dad. So, and here goes our lovely custodial team. So I'm gonna wrap it up here tomorrow. Hopefully I'll check in tomorrow, even if it's just to close you out. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye, Teacher Tribe. Teacher Tribe, I made it. Today is Friday, the 13th of October, and it is just past dismissal time. Remember to take a breath. It is 6 minutes to 5. I just kind of cleaned off my desk, put away things like miscellaneous things, so it's nice and clean for the sub. I'm actually about to wipe this desk down, so it's nice and clean, like I said. I got some gifts that I need to pack up, including a big old box of diapers. So it was really nice being loved on for baby boy today. I had all 18 of my kiddos. I sent a message to the parents making sure that they were aware that today was my last day before I left. So please bring your kids. I gave them their little gifts like I told you I was going to do yesterday. I was able to do it. They were so excited to put it together when I gave them their box and put their crayons in it and everything. So it was a really awesome Friday. Even though our schedule was really wonky and everything felt rushed, we were still able to squeeze in pictures at the end of the day. So we took some, I had my next door neighbor teacher take some pictures of the whole class, and then I took a few selfies with them just because we were being goofy at the end of the day. And then of course, on their way out, I got a hug from every single one of my kiddos. So it was an awesome day. I'm happy. It was a really good day. Baby boy has been active, so I know he's happy too. And yeah, it was an amazing day. It was a great way to close out the week, as well as closing out my time with them temporarily. I will be back. For the most part, the classroom is ready. I have everything prepped and prepared for the sub, at least as much as I can. So I'm gonna wrap it up here, Teacher Tribe. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. I will see you all in a few weeks. I'll keep you posted when baby boy is here, and until then, bye, Teacher Tribe.